Hey everybody, Sean here from BoredParacord.com and Paracord.com. Today I want to show you a bracelet I've been wanting to do for quite a while, and I haven't done a video in a while, so you might notice I've got a ring on my finger now, so I am married. I just got married. Been pretty busy with that. But anyways, it's called the Belly Fishtail by Mateus Agnello, and this is a unique one. I don't think I've ever done one with 3 inner strands, so we're going to try this one out and see how it goes. I think the setup part of it's going to be a little longer than normal, just to get this thing going, but we'll get it going. Got a 3/4 inch buckle. It's perfect size for this bracelet because of the 3 strands, and I've got 15 feet of just one solid color. I'm not going to make this one 2 colors because I think it looks better if it's just one, and you'll see why when it's all done. So with this buckle, what I'm going to do is put my 2 ends together. I've already flattened the ends to make it easier to go through the buckle. What I'm going to do is put them together and then just run everything through my finger. I already did this before I started the video, but just to show you. So we're going to take this loop and we're going to bring it up through the buckle. I'm going to have to go to the side that has a little bit more opening there. Actually, I'm sorry. We're going to go down through the top of the buckle. And all you do is pull this loop like this and tuck your buckle down through that loop. And that's going to give you your cow's hitch. Now we're going to come back to this and we're going to run 2 more strands through there. So what you need to do now is just flip the buckle over, and then I like to run the paracord through my fingers again just to make sure there's no twisting in there. And you should end up at the same point you started. Now we're just going to flip the buckle back over so it's facing up, and take these from the bottom and go up through the buckle and pull everything through. Now at this point you kind of want to have your measurement already set, which I think I'm just going to kind of eyeball this one to about here. You're going to have to adjust this once you get everything in place, but just for now we're going to just say right here for now. So now all you do is you're going to run this. Let's open this up, it might help a little bit. Okay, so we have our cow's hitch at this end, and then right now we're here. We're just going to run this over here, and I want to get to my ends here real quick. You want to make sure you're not twisted at all. So on the cow's hitch part, you want to loosen up your cow's hitch and go up from the bottom. So it's kind of hard to do with one hand or with two. Okay, so you've got your loop that comes over your cow's hitch there. You want to go underneath of that and pull everything through. And this would be a good spot to check your length again. So now we've got 4 cords going through this cow's hitch. You want to make sure that your left cord stays on the left side and your right cord is on the right side. And then go ahead and just pull this tight so that your cow's hitch tightens up. And you want to flatten that out so that your 4 cords are all next to each other, like that. And you take your right cord or your left cord, either one, whichever one you want to do, and go down through the buckle and pull that through. And that's going to go back to the other side. Now we'll do the same thing with the left cord. Pull that all the way through. Like I said, the setup of this is a little bit longer than most bracelets, but I really like this bracelet. Nice and sleek looking. Alright, so there we have it. Now, you can just kind of tug on that a little bit to tighten up that cow's hitch there. But as you can see, it's a pretty nice finish to this. I mean, we just started, but you get the idea. It'll look really good when it's all done. Alright, at this point, you're just going to run your cords to the other side. So this is you want to make sure you keep your cords on the correct side, so let's try and do it this way. Make it a little easier for you all. Okay, now we're going to go from the bottom, you're going to go up through the buckle on the other side. Now this is the last one that you have to do. We're just trying to get 3 sets of cords, so you'll have 3 left and 3 right. This is my left cord, and we gotta do the same thing with the right one. and then we'll spin this around and get started on the braid. Okay, pull that tight. Alright, now I'm just going to flip this around so everything's still facing up. I think I do want to double check my length because it looks like it's a bit long. Yeah, we're at 9.5 inches. So what you need to do, and actually I do not have enough paracord, it doesn't look like, so I need to get rid of some of the slack. So what you want to do is you just want to pull on these, on this first one, until you get your length. Once you get your length, then you just want to kind of work everything backwards. So let me check my length here. I need it to be about an 8 1/4. Go a little longer there. Alright, well, I'm going to work this backwards and then I'll be right back. Okay, so now I've got this set up to, I think 8 1/4 is what I've eventually got it to. It does take a little practice to get everything straightened to the length you want it, but it's not too bad. Okay, so now what we want to do, kind of want to separate these. So you want your 3 right cords and your 3 left cords separate from each other. And we're just going to do a quick hitch just to kind of isolate it so they don't move. So we're going to take our right cord, go around the back, leave a loop on the right here where my finger is. Just create a loop, go around the back and come up through the middle of the right and the left cords. And let me get in on this just a little bit for you so you can see what I'm doing here. So what I'm doing is taking the cord behind the 3 on the right. I'm going to pinch it right there so I can pull this cord through the middle. And we're just going to go down through the loop on the right. And you want to cinch this up without tightening any of the cords in the middle. So the only cord you're tightening is this one right here, the one that you got that loop on. You're just going to kind of work that through. And that's going to give us kind of a knot right at the top. There we go. I hope I'm staying in the frame for you. I know I haven't done a video in a while for you guys, but I figured I got some time today, so I'll knock one out for you real quick. And like I said, I've been wanting to do one of these for a while, this design. Okay, so now we're going to do the same thing on the left side. This one's nice and tight. You want to get that cinched all the way up. Create the loop on the left. Go around the back. 3 cords on the left. Oops, I forgot to pinch it. If you don't pinch it, what will happen is you start to pull your inner cords tight, and one will be tighter than the rest. You don't want that. We're just going to go down through the loop now. Pull it off to the left. Cinch that up there. Make sure everything's right where it needs to be. And move that over. And I think we're doing pretty good. Let me just back up a little bit here. Yeah, I think we're good there. Alright, now we can start on the weave. The weave is just like a regular fishtail, except there's one extra step. So you're always going to go over. So we'll start with the right. Create that loop on the right. Go down through the center and off to the left. I'll do the same thing with the left. Over the left side, down through the middle, and off to the right. So what you have is that right there. Real easy. Nothing complicated so far. This one's pretty easy to do. And you're just going to tighten that up. So we just want to cinch this all the way up. You want to keep these inner cords flat, so you don't want to pull too tight that it kind of bunches everything up on the inside. Now this first couple is going to look kind of funny, but once we get going, I think we'll be alright. Now here's the extra step that a fishtail doesn't do, because the regular fishtail doesn't have these extra inner strands. What we're going to do now is you've got 3 cords on the right and 3 on the left. You want to take your outside cord and bring your working end up through that spot there. I apologize, I'm trying to work off a cold right now and I just can't get over it. Okay, and that's going to come off. We'll just let that sit out there for a minute. So you're basically going under these 2 cords here, coming up over the outside one. You're going to do the same thing on the left side, behind the first 2. So you should have something like that. So you've got your left 3 cords. The first 2 from the center are together. The left one, create a loop there, and you're just going to bring this cord up through that loop off to the left side. Alright, so now we should be looking like that. Try to keep everything nice and pushed up to the top. And on this one, we're just going to cross over, just like a regular fishtail. We're going to open up the middle. You're going to cross over your 2 here. Don't worry about this outside one. That one doesn't come into play yet. And go down through the center, just like you did on the first step. Same thing with the left side. Don't worry about this outside cord. This is your working end. Just go down through the center and off to the right. You're always going to go down through the center and go to the opposite side that you came from. Alright, so now we've got that. I'm going to try and tighten this up just a little. So what you might have to do is go back just a little ways and pull some of the slack from the other line, which is real easy to do. You just grab the last loop you did and pull straight towards you, and you can get a little bit extra line out of there. Alright, so now we've got our working ends. One off to the right, one off to the left. You're just going to repeat the process now. So you had step 1 where you cross over 3. The first step is you cross 3, go down through the middle. The second one is you don't worry about this outside one, you cross 2, go down through the middle. So there's 1 step and then 2. So we're back to 1. So we're going to cross 3, off to the left. Cross 3, the left side, and off to the right. Pretty easy. And you want to try and keep everything nice and snug, which means just push everything up toward the buckle, but not so snug that it bunches up the cords inside. You want to keep those flat. Alright, so we're back to step 2, so we're going to take away the outside cord, and that's just going to go over it, just like that. So outside cord, open it up, off to the left. And then your working ends, you're going to open up the middle and cross through the middle. So down through the middle, left side, down through the middle, off to the right side. And that's step 2, and now we're back to step 1. Alright, now you're going to repeat that process of tightening up these cords. You can see I just pulled out that much slack from the left side. And then from the right side, we got a little bit of slack over here, so I'm just going to try and pull that out. There we go. And you can see there's quite a bit of slack in there, so just making sure that you keep those center strands flat, just pull that slack out and then push it up toward the buckle. Alright, and I'll do that one more time. Alright, so step 1, cross 3, go through the middle. Cross 3, through the middle. Snug it up. There we go. Just trying to keep everything uniform to the last pass you did, and if you can do that, you're doing pretty good. Okay, so we open up the outside. Take that off to the right side. Open up the outside cord and come up through there. And where's my working end? Okay, it's this one here. Alright, now we're just going to open up the middle and go over 2. Over 2, and out, over 2, and out. And that should be enough instruction to get you through the rest of this bracelet, and by now you can start to see what your design is supposed to look like. Just remember this trick here to pull this last loop that you just did. Make sure you pull that tight. Get that one pulled tight a little bit. And you're going to have kind of like a zipper look to it. So you'll have one on the outside, and it'll be kind of staggered each pass that you do. Every 1 and 2 step, every set of steps, you're going to have that alternating pattern. But I'm going to go ahead and I think that's plenty of information on how to do this one. I might even go back and work on how to change how this looks right here. I did see another way. I'm doing like a double cow's hitch on there, and I don't know why I didn't do that. It's pretty easy to do, but that's somewhere where you could definitely make an improvement. But alright, I'm gonna finish this up and I will be back. Okay, as you can see, I'm down to the end here, and I had to put some fids on. I got a blue one on this one. It matches the cord, so you might not be able to see it as well, but I had to put the fid on here because I'm down to this spot here where there's not a whole lot of room to go, but we're still going to continue. I think I can do one more full set before I have to finish this off. But with the fids, it makes it real easy. As you can see, I didn't really do a whole lot with that. And it also makes it easy to come up through that outside the outside cord. Alright, and then this one has to come up through the outside, so we'll just use the fid to go up through there. And then when you cross down through the middle, you want to make sure you're still doing the weave just as you would as if you weren't using a fid. So you don't want to cross your lines anywhere, otherwise you're going to kind of mess up your pattern there. And I'm going to do one more because I think I can fit it through without really doing a whole lot. Yep, that's perfect. And we'll end it right there on the back side once I get this pulled tight. We'll do one more with this last one. Oh, and my fid just came off, so that's fine because that's the last one. Alright, we'll get that pulled tight there. Alright, so once you get that pulled tight, you're going to have your cords coming out of the back side here. What I want to do is just cut both of these off. And these are the side cutters that are now available on Paracord or BoredParacord.com. Great for cutting paracord. Just a real quick snip, and you have a nice clean cut. Definitely worth the investment. There we go. And then we're just going to melt these and use a smoothing tool to kind of flatten everything, smooth it out real nicely. And once we get this done, we've got ourselves a finished bracelet. Really hard to get to that spot. You might end up doing what I just did, melting the paracord around it. But as long as it's nice and smooth, it won't really affect your skin at all, and you're not going to see that anyway. But there it is. I hope you enjoyed this one. This is I think I did this one just about the same amount of time it takes to do a regular Cobra or regular Solomon. I would say I did that in less than 10 minutes. So real easy one to do once you get the hang of it. Just make sure that when you're doing your 3 inner strands, they don't cross, because I did have one cross. I wasn't aware of it until I got to the very end and figured out that 2 of the cords were backwards, and it kind of messed up the design toward the end. The good thing is that you won't see that, because when it's on your wrist, it's going to be right near the buckle. But I made this to match the shirt I'm wearing now, which is my BoredParacord shirt, and I think, let's see, I think we got it just right. If not, my skin's going to get caught in the buckle. Oh, it's a little tight. Yep, a little too tight. Well, not bad. I think if I take off my silicone band here, it'll be fine. But all in all, really nice design, nice and clean. And again, that's the Belly Fishtail by Mateus Agnello. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to check out the Paracord On group. It's been a while since I've done one of these, so I gotta make sure I get everything in. The Paracord On Facebook group is the largest paracord group on Facebook. Tons of people in there showing off their ideas, so make sure you check that out. And that's where I hang out. That's where I do a lot of commenting and post everything on there. So don't forget to check that out. And again, thanks for watching, and Paracord On.